Phil West from Verde all day. Hi, Dave. Congrats on the PK win. Just take us through the whole evening, just kind of your perspective. I mean, obviously the stadium's transformed, majority America fans. Just kind of what were you preparing for? What kind of the way that they set up versus the way that you were expecting? Just kind of how did it all play out for you?
Well, first of all, there were a lot of America fans, but there were a lot of Austin FC fans also. And the Austin FC fans were just as loud and just as into the game, and we could feel them. Obviously, there was more probably traveling fans than we're normally used to, but the job that our fans did tonight, man, that inspires you. It inspires the team, it inspires the group, it inspires the whole club. So I want to say that first. I thought they did a great job tonight. As far as the game, look, it's a difficult game against a good opponent. They're very good. They had a ton of individual quality. They cause real problems. They press after they lose the ball really well. You know, it's not always going to be perfect, and in these types of games, you have to show that you can win games in different ways. And I thought tonight we had some good moments being us with the ball, and I thought we had some moments where we just had to grind it out. We had to defend, we had to block shots, we had to defend corners. In the right moments, we had to have big players make big plays like Meto did. Um, and I thought you saw as the second half went on, once we kind of slowed the game down a little bit, we allowed ourselves to get in more of a rhythm. We gained a little bit of territory where we could move up and actually set up the attack where we didn't lose the ball quickly after we regained it. I think that helped us, and I think we saw once we did that, um, the game went more as we would want it to. But listen, again, it's I'm smiling because I'm so happy. I'm so happy for the players. I'm so happy for them. I mean, I'm happy for everybody, the club and the fans, but I'm so happy for the guys in the locker room. Not everyone sees what these guys do every day and the work that they put in and how they buy in and how they challenge each other. And man, they take it on, and they showed real personality tonight. And I'm so proud of them. I'm so happy for them.
And PKs don't happen a lot in this league, but a possible inevitability in this tournament. So just kind of wondering going into the tournament how you prepared for PKs and then how that kind of played out tonight.
Yeah, I mean we've been taking penalties at the end of training. So anytime you're in a competition like this, a day or two before, you're kind of working on those things and splitting up two groups and doing penalties. So we've done that. It's the same if you're in the Open Cup or anything else that could have penalties. So we prepared like that. And then obviously we do our preparation in terms of the opponent to try and help Brad. So we were prepared, and guys executed it. Again, there's a lot of pressure. There's a lot of pressure there, and they executed again. Proud of them for that also.
Coach Diego Valencia for Western TV. I wanted to ask about the rotation on the squad, especially on the midfield. Against Tijuana, we saw Sabovic and Owen. Against Puebla, we saw Ili and Sabovic, and tonight you were with Ili and Irvin.
Yeah.
So what duo do you think is better fit for this new system?
I think we have good options. I think it's good to have options and guys challenging each other for playing time. That's one piece of it. Guys are really pushing each other to get in the starting lineup. The rotation is obviously something we need to do. I've talked about that. The minutes that guys are playing. I think you saw Sabovic tonight. He was disappointed he wasn't in the lineup. It's a big game. But I talked about this after in the locker room, the way that he came into the game tonight in the second half. I mean, he injected energy, and you just saw the whole team lift when he came in the game tonight. And that's what we need. Guys when they come into games, whether they're starting or not, to come in and provide everything and raise the level of the group. Again, I think we're still, what is our best central combination? I think we're still looking for that a little bit. We're trying out some different things. I think you see guys that can play lower and they can also play higher. So we're still kind of toying with some of that stuff. But whoever it is, it doesn't change the roles and the responsibilities, right? So we're consistent in that. So no matter who it is, they have the same job.
And how will you define Austin FC's style of play? Like, would you define it more like they have their own style of play, or you adapt to any rival?
No, I mean, we've been trying to develop something with the ball. We've been trying to develop something, a consistent way that we build, consistent roles and responsibilities, a structure that allows us to adjust based on what the opponent's doing. But as a starting point, it's not changing. So I describe us as a consistency, clear ideas about what we're trying to do, clear adjustments that we can make based on the opponent. But it's not just about that. It's also about this um, collective willingness to defend and grind. And when you talk about winners, like what does that really mean? Winning is what you saw tonight. Even when it's not going perfect with the ball, you have to be against the ball. You have to be willing to grind. You have to be willing to defend. You have to be willing to, it's 2 clean sheets and now a goal against Club America. There's a ton of firepower in these teams, right? So this is also part of winning. So in both parts of the game, the guys have embraced it, and you see the results of it.
Hi, Coach. Congratulations on the win. Ricardo with otra, por favor. I wanted to ask you about the game itself, in the moments where you guys didn't have the ball, and also there was times that collectively you guys were not doing well. So, however, what was your indication to the players in that specific time?
Without the ball?
Yes.
Yeah, I mean, in the first half specifically, there were some times that we got a little bit too deep, and we want to, we can start from a deeper position, but we need to have clear ways that we're going to build pressure. And I thought when you saw that in the first half, we had an idea about how they were going to play, and when you saw us do that in the first half, in the way that we wanted to do it, the way that we planned to do it, and we were really committed to move all the lines together, I thought it was good. And there was too many moments I thought in the first half where it's this snowball, right? Like you're a little bit deep, you don't build pressure together in the way that we should, then you recover the ball, so now you're deep again, and they're on top of you again, and it kind of snowballs. But as the second half went, we didn't in the way that we wanted to build pressure and allow us to move up the field. But again, at the times that we did it, I think you saw really clearly we invited the ball all the way back to the goalkeeper, and we pressed through. We want to gain ground that way, but we just didn't do it often enough in the first half. So that would be my reflecting on it now. Obviously, things can change when you watch it back, but that was my feeling. We were just trying to get the triggers of how we wanted to press right, and we were a little bit off in the first half.
Thank you.
Yep.
And regarding consistency, Mirto Suni, the players have struggled in the past with consistency, even as a collective, the team, but Mirto has been finding that game after game. What is your impression about him? What is something that you see him every day do that's probably different compared to previous seasons? Previous season?
Well, the first thing that I see Mirto do, and the thing that he always does, is Mirto leaves everything on the field. He gives absolutely everything. He runs, he covers ground, and he's a DP, right? He's a goal scorer. But the first thing I think about Mirto is the work that he does for the team. You see him covering for people. We talk about cover to help when someone needs help. You see him down recovering balls for us, running past guys to get down. I mean, his desire to win is super high. So that's the first thing I think about with him. The role he's kind of playing now is one of these attacking midfielders. I think it suits him well. He's a late arriver in the box. He does that well. He receives ball well between lines, and dribbles and drives at the last line really well. And I think you see his quality in the box. So when he gets chances in and around the box, he can finish, and he's finishing well right now.
Eric Goodman.
Yeah, David, congrats. When you took over as head coach, obviously, the club was in a bad way, and there's a lot of ways that could have gone. You had the break, and obviously, you guys saw this competition as a way to, as a fresh start of sorts and a way to reinvigorate things. How do you feel like that has happened, and what do you see in that locker room in terms of a reinvigoration and a reinstilling of what you guys might be capable of in this or in other competitions?
Yeah, I think it was a fresh start for us coming into this. We know we're in a difficult position in the league. That's no secret. We're in a tough position. But I think what this competition has done for us, it's given us obviously like a reset. Everyone starts at zero. It's allowed us to play against really good teams and test what we're trying to do and what we're about. And I think the guys have done a great job and show that they can win in different ways. And again, us getting the first 2 results, I think you saw the first half last game. The half that we played in the first half was so good. Not just the 3 goals, but the way that we played, talking about ways that we want to win games and the ways that we want to do things with the ball. You saw really good evidence of that. And again, tonight, we went in a slightly different way, not doing as much as we wanted to with the ball. But again, These guys have belief, and they see that they can win games, and that's a powerful thing. You know what I mean? It really is. When you get momentum and you have this real feeling in the locker room that they can win games, they have each other's back. Man, this is the most important thing. It really is. And when they have that belief, these guys have shown that they can go out and the way that we want to play, they can beat anybody on any night. I believe that.
Thank you. And then back a little bit more on Mirto. He's getting to know him a bit. He's such an intense personality. Obviously, he cares, incredibly about his own performances, and that kind of reflects a lot of times in his attitude and the version of Mirto that you get. So having coached with him when things haven't been going his way as much, seeing that side of him, how is it now working with him when he's obviously full of confidence?
I love Mirto, and I love the way that I do, and I love the way that he plays, and I love his intensity. And I mean, I've had some really good, conversations. This is going back when Mirto first came, just about who he is and what he's about, and yeah, he can be fiery at times, and he wears his heart on his sleeve. It's a passionate game, man. Like to play at a high level, you got to be on that line, and he is, and he can disagree with certain things or not be happy with his performance, but he never doesn't work for the team ever. And I have so much time for that. I have so much respect for that, because to me, there's nothing more important. And he does that first, and he does that always. And this is outside of his quality. I mean, when Mirto's on the field, you know exactly what he's going to give you, and he's going to work. He's going to give everything for the team. To me, that's the most important.
Yeah, this is Eric, Oak Tree Times. Congrats on the win, Coach.
Thank you.
Wanted to ask about Bureau. He seemed to have a really excellent match, kind of on both sides of the ball. What did you make of his performance?
I thought it's a good observation. I thought Bureau was fantastic tonight. I thought he was really good. He won all of his duels. He got us out of pressure. I mean, his ability to dribble out of tight spaces and find a pass to connect that first pass, because their press after a loss, like I said, is so good. And there was a number of times where he got us out of pressure by himself, just through his quality and his bravery with the ball. He didn't back down at all. Defensively, he didn't back down. I mean, these guys in the wide areas dribbling, combining these 1-2s. I thought from start to finish, I thought Bureau, that was for me. He's had a lot of good games. That might be one of the best games I think he's had here. That's my feeling from the game. So I agree. I thought he was really, really good tonight.
All right, thank you. And then just kind of on Mirto, this uptick in goal scoring that we're seeing, is that down to kind of him playing more underneath the striker, or is it just a matter of his shots finally going in? He's always been kind of an unlucky finisher, at least Austin.
I mean, maybe it's a little bit of both. I actually think it suits Mirto more, kind of being underneath somebody, and as I said, arriving late into the box instead of being the first arriver in the box. I think it suits him probably more. Yeah, and it just maybe plays to his qualities a little more. Whether you're playing with two forwards and he's playing underneath, I think he can do a great job of that, or playing as he's playing now as one of the attacking midfielders. He obviously does the job also as a 9 when he's playing up there by himself. But again, I think this just suits him kind of arriving underneath another forward. Yeah.
Colby, whoops, that's loud. All right.
Go ahead, Colby.
Colby Gordon, also American Statesman. Davey, just personally, what's this like for you? How fun is this? And I mean, you're also going to get a lot of attention for taking a club that's 14th in the West and taking them into the League's Cup quarterfinals.
Yeah, I mean, I'm obviously I'm so happy. Not for me. I'm happy for I I do this because you get to be, you can't play anymore, right? And the locker room's a special place. So I do this because you get to be a part of a group of guys and a group of coaches and staff that give everything and pour everything into this. And it's special to be part of, man. It really, I mean, when you can be around people that are all committed to do the same thing, and regardless of the result, regardless of wins or losses or anything else, but you do it in an honest way, you're genuine and authentic to who you are, to yourself. That's powerful, man. Not just for myself, but for the rest of the staff and for the players. And that's what we try to do. That's what we try to focus on. So, yeah, we just want to carry that momentum. And are we enjoying it? Yeah, we're enjoying it. It's been fun. It's been fun.
And how do you carry that momentum? You know, you got a really quick turnaround, jumping back into league play against a team that has an extra day's rest.
Yeah, it's a tough turnaround, and like you said, they have an extra day, which is which is nice for them. But it's going to be tough. Listen, we knew this stretch was not going to be easy, so we talked about it. We have guys that are hopefully fresh and ready to go, and we know we're going to have to make changes in the lineup. We're just that's part of it. But we have guys ready to go. We have guys ready to contribute, and we need to try as much as we can capture this momentum and not. I said in there, I said we have more to do. That's what I said at the end. This is great and we love it and we're so excited, but we have more to do and we need to have that mindset. And these guys will, man. You can see they're hungry. They're hungry to win. They're hungry to win, and they're in a good way right now, and we want to keep that going.
And then you'll take the last one and we're up.
Coach Juan Diego Garcia, KUT News. We've been seeing a lot of young players being given big opportunities, big starts in big games during this Leagues Cup run. What are you expecting to see out of them going forward this season? And should we expect to see a lot more of them once MLS play kicks back up starting this weekend?
Yeah, I don't know how you can't expect to see more with the way that specifically Irvin Torres has played. I mean, he had another really good night tonight. He played lower, he moved up, he played higher as an attacking midfielder. So Jorge came in and did a good job. Yeah, young guys, they've earned their minutes, and Irvin has earned his minutes, and I expect to see a lot more of Irvin for the rest of the year, especially with the way he's playing.
And what did you see over the last 3 games in Leagues Cup that you'd like to build on going forward into the tail end of the MLS season as well as into that quarterfinal match?
I saw a team committed to trying to do what we want to do and play how we want to play. And challenge at the start of this was to be brave, right? Be brave to stick to what we're doing, regardless of the result. And they did that. They've done it. Even when we've had some tough results in the league, they've stuck to it. Now you see that you're starting to see the byproduct of that. So, just continue to do that. And then I expect to see a team with desire and hunger to keep winning. And again, that's the most important thing.